Welcome, barbecuers. Today we are going to be doing our first cook on the London Sunshine Kamado Grill. So these grills are amazing. These are ceramic cookers. They're Kamado style. That's the style. Today we're going to be working with the London Sunshine Kamado. Number one, we got this out of the box, and this is one beautiful cooker. So we're going to take you along. I'm going to show you real quick us getting it out of the box, and we have some ribeye steak to cook on this. So join me. We're going to cook on a London Sunshine Kamado Grill. So this is what's left of the box. So this is a 15-inch London Sunshine Kamado charcoal barbecue grill. That's how it looks. One of the great things about these Kamados is they have these really tight seals, so you can get a nice cook going on in there. I can't wait to try this baby out. So we just put this together, and I will show you the Kamado.
It's a lovely day in the neighborhood today. We've had rain, we got wind, and what's best is these bad boys don't care. You can do it in snow or you can do it in high temps. It's all the same. These are one of the best cookers out there for a reason. All right, some of the more obvious parts on this London Sunshine Kamado grill is the handle, with his name on it, of course. We have the thermometer, which goes up to 800 degrees, which is good if you're gonna sear, like steaks and stuff. Or you can, cook things in the 300-400 range. Or if you even wanna smoke it at 225 or so, it's wonderful for all that. The top here, we got the exhaust, which is where the smoke comes out, but you can also use it to help control temps. So you leave it wide open when you start, and you might close a little if needed. Down here, you have the air intake, which you leave wide open when you start, and then you might need to choke it a little bit to maintain what temperature you want. And then we got the goodies on the inside.
That's a cute grill.
Amy's just gawking in the background saying this is a cute grill, because it is kind of cute, right? I mean, it's all pretty. It's got little legs. I mean, we have it for, visual purposes up on a table. But otherwise, you can have it on the ground, you can have it on a stand, whatever works for you. But for today, we have it up on a stainless steel table. So let's look at the inside. All right, now on the inside, we can see the grill. This is a standard grill. There's also cast iron grills available, optional for purchase, that can help you do different kinds of food. And this has a little flappy guy on here, so maybe you can add fuel or something in the middle of a cook, especially a long cook when you're doing smoking and stuff. So let's take a look at where all the magic happens further down. Once you remove the grill, you have basically the fire pit area, if you want to call that. And this is the fire grate, this big old black part with all the holes. We need holes for airflow, right? Because we need oxygen and we need fuel. And you can kind of see, we showed the front where it had airflow, but you can kind of see we got some airflow down there. We have some holes up here. And you just basically leave this bad boy in there. You put your charcoal up in this area. And then optionally, they have components that if you want to do some indirect cooking, that you can then put something above this that shields your drippings and stuff from the hot coals and possibly getting flare-ups and stuff.
Yeah, and it has like this inner pod in here, doesn't it?
It pretty much has a layer of airflow outside this inner pot.
And it's sealed. It has a big gasket around here.
We got the big gasket. This seals tighter than most other grills will, just because it's got the gasket. You're limited on really points that air can get in here. Like we already talked about, you got the exhaust and you have the intake, and that's it. We don't have 3 or more variable points or multiple parts that stack together. This is it. Yeah, it's solid.
This is really cool.
It's solid.
So let's get this, let's get the charcoal in here, or the lump, right?
Yes, we're going to be using lump charcoal because it's actually more efficient than briquettes are. Briquettes have binders, and they just create too much ash. Plus, lump can get hotter if you need that extra heat. So it's cleaner, and it produces less ash, and it's a better. It costs more, but it works best in these things.
Okay, so let's get it, because this is right next to me and it's pretty hot.
It's hot. All right, this is going to be a fun part here. Most people, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to put in your charcoal unlit, and you can put in some fire starters. No different than if you're starting I was going to say a forest fire. If you're going to start a fireplace. And then it takes a few minutes for that to come up, and then you can put in some more lump charcoal. I'm not a fan of that method, so I just do it a little differently. So I'm going to use my old school chimney, which is going to light it up a little bit. Got that going there. Right now I got a decent amount of lit charcoal in here. And that's actually probably good enough for right now, but I'm going to put a few more small pieces in there. That'll buy us some time. This is what everybody else does, right? Because it's dirty, I like to just use some metal crampers. If you use a premium lump charcoal, ideally they're close to the same size. But a lot of times you just get a lot of small and mediums, and that's really frustrating. Sometimes you want a few big ones to get things started. And right now, I think I got enough to let the party go. We can always add more later if we really need to. All right, let's go ahead and put the grill back on. And we're going to shut this bad boy. We got the bottom open and we got the top open, so we're good. All right, the grate is probably hot enough here. We're showing 300 at the thermometer level, but that's usually a little cooler than what is down here on the grate level. We're doing some chicken here, which is kind of thin here. Ooh, sizzling. So we brine the chicken, so it's going to be salty enough. Amy can always salt to taste later. I did put a little black pepper and some garlic powder on this one side. We'll flip it over in a little bit here. So sizzling. So we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, these bad boys are been cooking for a little while here. Put a little pepper on here. Put a little garlic powder. Amy wants a little oil on these. All right, now we got fire. Woohoo! Close the lid. And we'll probably temp and pull them out in a few minutes. All right, these bad boys are actually coming along pretty good. So we're gonna put some mambo sauce if I take the lid off. I don't know. Is that looking good, Boo? Because I know you're watching these remotely here. I don't know, a lot of times we just get the little brush out. But, all right, is that looking good, baby? All right, I think she's gonna make a sandwich in like 2 minutes at this rate. So let's close this bad boy so we can finish up. All right, apparently Amy thought I was a little chintzy on the mambo sauce, so she's almost firing me. Take the lid off, Eric. There we go. She said, get the brush out. Yeah, so I don't really like the brush. The brush is kind of messing me up here. I mean, we got all the smell, right? We got chicken, we got mambo sauce dripping through, hitting the hot stuff. All right, I think we're good at this point. So, I mean, worst case, boo, but just put some mambo sauce on your rolls, okay?
That's looking yummy.
I know, it smells pretty good to me over here.
Ooh, yeah, those look good, dude.
So, yeah, so these already hit our little desired temperatures. Amy's going to make some sandwiches with this stuff.
I think it's time to cook some ribeye.
Yeah, we're going to get some ribeye going here in a second. So we're going to foil this up, and I think we're going to have a party in a minute. All right, we're getting ready. This is a double header today. We're getting ready to put a ribeye on.
So how are you cooking the ribeye, Boo?
It's called a reverse sear. So in other words, I'm not hitting it with, say, high temps at first and then cooking it to low temps. I'm actually going to cook it at a lower temp to let it slowly come up to temperature. So right now he's going to do that. I just basically got salt, pepper, and I don't know, little mysterious spices on there. Salt, pepper, garlic is usually all you really need. But sometimes you can put other things on there for fun, right? Boo, it's my steak. So this, I think we got this at Aldi, and looks okay to me. So we're gonna grill it, I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna actually put a probe in there, and I'm gonna pull it out maybe 110, 115 degrees, tent it, and then I'm gonna jack the temperature on this bad boy to see if I can get a good sear on it to finish it up. So we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, my steak is actually doing pretty good. Internal temp is 97, so he doesn't have too much further to go before I take him out and tin him. But what's more importantly is the grill is doing a wonderful job back in here. All right, there we go. All right, let's do a flip here. So he's getting cooked all right. And we got plenty of smoke coming out here. So smells like a real barbecue out here. So a couple more minutes here, and we'll take them out, tin them, and we'll see if we can jack the temps up even higher.
You can see the smoke. Ooh, smoking in the sunset. Look at the moon.
All right, we got the alarm. You know what that means? Time to turn it off. But also, it means we got some meat that's getting close to being ready here. So this bad boy's showing about 123. Yeah, it's a little hotter than my target temperature was. That's okay. It just means he ain't gonna be searing very long, that's all. So we're gonna tin him, crank the temps up, and see what kind of party we can have. We'll be back in a few. All right, this is the fun part of doing this stuff, right? Cooking, and then you eat. And we're very close to eating here. So my steak, I pulled off at 124. It rose to 132, cooled down to about 130. I want to get him up to about 140, 139, something like that. Maybe 145 is tolerable. You got sizzling? Do you hear, Boo-Boo?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So let's close this bad boy. We'll see how rip-roaring we can get it. Every time you open the dome, it lets heat out. But the grate is still hot. So the goal is, you know, close it, cook, all that good stuff. So we'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll see what kind of marks we got on here. All right, we're gonna pop this bad boy off. I've already flipped it a few times. You can see it's got a little bit of marks. So, I mean, it's got color to it, which is what we really wanted and everything. On the outside, I gotta get this bad boy tinted. All right, let's go ahead and get this guy. Let's go ahead and give you guys a little. So that's a good happy medium. It's not really medium rare, but I'd say it's medium. So we definitely don't have blood. Well, you never have blood. You just have the myoglobin, but you don't have the red stuff going everywhere. So people should be queasy. It's going to be flavorful. It's still going to be tender, and it's a ribeye. What can go wrong, right? So let's take a nice big taste here.
So what do you think about the Kamado, Lou?
The Kamado is really interesting on how it works, and takes a little practice. For first time, we got food, yay. It'll get better as we learn how it works. Meat is flavorful, juicy. I think it's a winner. So the Kamado got us some chicken, got me a ribeye. I'm happy. So
with the London Sunshine, it's really insulated. Like
it's insulated. It takes a while for the ceramic itself to come up to temperature of some sorts where you touch and go, oh, it's hot. I don't know. I'm new to it. I just know that when I cooked the ribeye, I had smoke coming out that vent because we had little flare-ups going. I need to get one of those indirect thingy boppers so we can cook the chicken a little indirect. Especially if you have fattier meat that might cause flare-ups, you might want to cook indirect so you don't have flare-ups. But the way it went tonight, did a pretty good job. So I'm going to eat this a little bit. And so I just want to say thank London Sunshine for providing this for us and letting us test out their equipment. It did a really great job. I'm happy. We'll be using it for a while to come, that's for sure. Once again, thank you, London Sunshine, for providing the Kamado for us. Did a great job. Links will be in the description. I got to eat this thing before it cools off. Bye, y'all.